Hi there. Well, this is completely fabulous. First time this year I'm on a bit of land which hasn't just been dissed or cultivated. Looks to have been potatoes. They've been lifted, it's been bashed back and flattened, and it could not be better conditions for metal detecting. And my first signal is this. I don't know what it is. It looks to be a key. Now I'm cleaning the bits off it slightly. But God, I've never found anything quite like it. First signal, gosh, that either bodes really, really well, or I won't find anything else all day now. Let's just see if I can poke through these holes. It's got, well, that is completely fabulous. And it looks like it's got another hole there in the handle. It would have been hanging off something, I imagine, a pendant of sorts. Don't know how old it is, but absolutely, I couldn't ask for a better start. And quite honestly, I could stop there. Wow. I'm guessing medieval. Gosh, look at this. Well, let's just hope that's the first of a really good day. Hi there, and welcome to headquarters. We've come here quite quickly this time, I must admit, and we come back here a bit later on because I find something really fabulous a bit later as well. But it's just mainly to have a quick look at this key, because I absolutely love finding keys that... Come on, up you get. Don't like me talking to people, do you? Which you can't see. Now come on down. Because I absolutely love finding keys, short of finding beads and maybe the odd aureus, which I still haven't found, but I know it's coming. It's just a matter of time. Fingers crossed. They are my favourite things to find, and I've been fortunate enough to have found quite a few over the years. Here's just a small selection. These ones are basically casket keys, medieval casket keys. They date from the 12th century to probably the sort of 14th or 15th century. They're usually very fair, very simple in design. Some of them, I mean, I wonder if you've got something like that, or in the key we've just found actually. I mean, they're so simple. I mean, it's a wonder they bothered locking them at all. I mean, a child could probably pick what that locked. Some of these ones are slightly more advanced, but they're just such tactile, lovely things to hold. And then this one I found in a video not long ago. Gosh, look at socking great thing. That would have had a lovely sort of trefoily, quatrefoily handle, I think. But look at the difference in size between those two. Wonderful things. And then we come to this. I mean, I'm just gobsmacked to find something. It's so delicate and in such good condition still. My gut feeling was medieval. I mean, that's what you would have thought. But I put it on the detectinghub.co.uk, information below and a link in the description. And the good folk there who know their onions, a couple of them got onto me really quickly and said, well, you know, that could be late Saxon. Or certainly sort of early medieval. Task, I'll be within a second. Come on, basket. Up. Tasky, come on. Good boy. Now sit and stay. They reckon that, you know, that could be Saxon medieval. And I've no reason not to think so. And so I will definitely go along with that. A few links were sent to me as well through the hub, showing similar ones. Nothing exactly like this, but as one very knowledgeable member pointed out, it's just a bit of a mix between several sort of early designs. I'll show you a couple of what I mean here. That one's got a very obvious sort of end to it. That one's got a much more obvious sort of middle section. And they all have that lovely little loop there to have obviously hung off something. They also reckon they seem to date from roughly the same era, early medieval, date from circa 800 to sort of 1050. So anyway, I mean, I always say this at this time, this is why I do this hobby, but it really is. I mean, finding something like that is just so special. I mean, that is one of the most lovely things I've ever found, I think. Anyway, back to the fields and see you a bit later on. Well, it's the first time I've been on this field and it is big. It is very, very big, and it's nice and sandy. It's lovely, easy digging. I didn't find anything immediately next to where I found that beautiful key, so I'm whooshing around like a mad thing. I've decided not to take it too carefully in one area, just whiz around, have a nice day and see what we can find. And it's not, as I expected, it's not quite as busy as I thought it might be from the first. I found a really lovely early buckle. I can't remember exactly what these ones date to. It might even be Roman, Saxon perhaps, but it's early. I'm gonna have a very quick look at this buckle. It's definitely got some really lovely detail on it, which would have been but gilded, I think. It's a lovely little thing. It's quite sort of concave, and I've got a picture of it up here. Again, Kath from the detecting hub gave me the heads up on this, and it would have been the end. It would have probably have had a metal strap end just there with a pin coming out of it, and it's medieval and probably dates to the sort of 12th, 13th century. Really lovely thing. And then just down here, very coppery sounding, could have easily been a cartridge. There's no junk in this field. It's the odd cartridge, that's it. So every signal, even though there are not very many of them, it can be good. Now this is a tiny little brooch or a buckle. It's got its pin just there. It's nice and circular. Oh look, absolutely lovely. Let's just poke this through. Look at that, another thing that could have easily been, oh, just a bridle, bit of horse stuff. It's not. It's a little buckle. Isn't that charming? Absolutely charming. And if it didn't have its pin in it, you could easily be forgiven for saying, oh, it's just another hoop. They're not all hoops, as another video I've done has shown. I'll put it up there or in the description below. I've come to a different field. I knew it, it was just sod's law, wasn't it? I found that lovely key very early on. That was it, apart from a couple of other bits as you saw earlier in the video. I don't want to jump the gun, but I looked at this field on some LiDAR maps, which I toyed around with a bit, and there were some very interesting features on it, and I've never been here before. The ground is bone dry. It's really hard, but I haven't seen this yet. I've dug it up and I know I think it's a coin. It's in that clod. But more importantly, I've just found this bit of pottery, which looks like, I think that must be Roman, and it looks like it's got some colour on it as well. It's sort of a bit bluish and orangey there. The orange is obviously part of the pottery, but that's early. That's seriously early. So, I'm excited, and I'll show you why. This was very high pitched. I mean, that's the nicest signal I've had all day. That's not a cartridge, it never was going to be, or something like that. And it's here. And I think it is, well, it's either hammered or it's Roman. I think it might be too thick to be hammered. Oh, it's Roman silver. Hooray! I could say I love it when the plan comes together. Now, it's not to say anything yet. I just saw some marks on the map, We're in a very high spot here as well. And it's a Roman denarius. I'm not going to scratch it in this sandy soil. I'm going to wait till I get home for that. We'll take that back to headquarters. I don't know who it is, but I will definitely find out. This is an easy one. It's in such good condition. Wow. Wow. Well, let's go on. Conditions are really tricky. It's bone dry. You can't get into it at all. But we'll just have we'll have a little look around just to see if there's anything else. Gosh. Right. Okay, let's go. Hi there. Welcome back. Well, haven't found a silver Roman in a bit, and what a one to find. When I cleaned it up, I could see lots of Augustus, Philly, DV, la-di-da, la-di-da. I automatically assumed, especially with what I could see on the back of it, that it was Caesar Augustus, because I found a similar one, and that having researched that, my muscle memory kicked in. But he didn't really look like Augustus, and actually, because he's not Augustus, he's Tiberius, Augustus's adopted son, stepson, and son-in-law. Only in Rome could you get all that. And what it actually does say, and I've written this down so I can tell you, is Ti Caesar DV Aug, F for Filius Augustus. So it's basically saying Tiberius Caesar, son of the divine Augustus. The coin I was thinking about of Augustus had DV Juli on it, which would have been Augustus, son of the divine Julius Caesar, and Augustus being Julius Caesar's adopted son. So in this case it's Tiberius, it's not Augustus, but more importantly, and for slightly more romantic reasons, it's known as the tribute penny. And the reason being is that it is the coin, not obviously the exact coin, but it is the type of coin believed to have been used by Jesus in his render unto Caesar speech. I'm sure you'll all remember the Pharisees were trying to trick him into saying that you shouldn't pay taxes to Rome, and his response was to say, let me have a look at that penny, even though in the Greek version I think it was denominum or something like that, which would have meant sort of denarius, I think. Give me that penny, let me have a look. And he looks at the penny and he sees Caesar Tiberius, or T Caesar, la-di-da, and says his famous render unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar and render unto God what belongs to God speech. And they reckon that this is the coin that he would have been shown to before he said that. So, I mean, that's a bit sort of schmaltzy, but it doesn't matter. It's a very early denarius in really lovely condition, and it's got him on one side, Tiberius, and on the other is a seated figure of a lady, a goddess, in fact believed to be Livia, his mother and the wife of Augustus. It's just a socking great piece of early Roman history. I mean, I absolutely love it. I love denarius. It's at the best of times, denarii, as we all do, but that is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I never thought I'd find something like that. To find something like that and the history that goes with it. Perhaps it is the coin that Jesus used for his speech. Who knows? Could be. Could be. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, and if you're still with me, and let's go back to the fields. Well, in fairly quick succession, I've found 3 Roman bronzes. So I think it's fairly safe to say this is a Roman site. And I'm absolutely thrilled. I'm running out of time. I can't spend an awful lot longer here. But if we've got 4 Roman coins in a small area, in this sort of ground, in these sort of conditions, I can't get more than 2 inches down with the spade. It's, well, look, there's what looks to be a 4th century bronze here in quite nice condition. a slightly earlier one, which I'm not going to get much off, even though there's a bit of writing on the reverse. That's earlier. And then this one here, which is jolly nice as well. I can't see who that is, but it's a little bit earlier as well. It's bigger and slightly wonkier. So, God, I'm absolutely thrilled. Like, it doesn't often happen like this, and I just can't wait to come back. Hopefully in the next couple of days, even if it's like this, I want to come back here. Well, I've just found 2 more. And I'm running out of time. I'm going to come back here really soon, do it properly. Just lovely to have had a quick recce. I was going to stay in the other field. I thought while I'm here, I'll have a quick look at this one that I've mapped out, which I thought looked interesting on the leader. And God, I'm glad I did. Let me show you these 2 first. It's a lovely one, a Constantine, with, I think, Sol Invictus on the back. And then, gosh, I'm sort of semi-shaking. And then this one that looks quite early as well. It might be Claudius Gothicus or someone like that. Gosh, but that's 1 silver and 5 bronzes in a short space of time. Well, I'll show you how hard this ground is. This bit's not too bad, funnily enough, but I won't get any deeper than that. God. Right, we're out. It'll probably be absolute rubbish now. First live dig. I spend so many times setting up for digs which aren't worth it. I will do more and more live digs, especially on a place like this where we know that it's likely to be good. And it's in here. And it's another little Roman bronze. God. Who's this? Well, that's very clear as well. That's not 4th century, that's definitely earlier. That looks like it could be Claudius as well. God, I'm so excited, I'm buzzing. And I just can't wait to get back here. I'm run out of time now, so we'll have to call it a day. But see you next time from here. I can't see myself wanting to be anywhere else. Let's get the stuff off the surface first, and then when it rains and they turn this over, we can get the deeper stuff. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.